Well, that was another very, very hard match to watch. Very unexciting, boring brand of ball where the attack is still broken. More questions than answers heading into this long, almost 2 month break during the World Cup for all MLS teams. LAFC luckily get the 1-0 victory over the Seattle Sounders. Now, the Seattle Sounders are obviously a very good team, and this is a huge win for LAFC. But, hey, my name is Will. If you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you guys give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure you hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. Now, back to the video. Is it what's best for them long term? We're going to talk about that. And I do want to talk about this game, but we need to talk about like the state of LAFC because of this long break, right? So, LAFC obviously had been struggling. They had lost, I think, 4 games in a row heading into this match, 3 MLS games in a row. They needed this game. Just to build some confidence and help them going into this long break. We know Eustáquio is not going to be back. He is going to return to Porto. His loan is expired, so he no longer will be part of the team. And when we talk about the starting lineup for LAFC, it's pretty much everything that we've seen this year, except for we saw Hollingshead Palencia is hurt, and then Aaron Long started for Tafari. But everything else is essentially what we had seen all season long as far as... Oh, and by the way, Hugo Lloris was hurt too. But I do think that the goalkeeping was a much better today compared to what it was last match. Now, the Sounders are kind of a team that really wears you down throughout the game, and they find their chances and they convert their chances. But in this game, it was just a battle the whole entire match, and it was honestly a very boring game. I'm not going to lie. It was a very, very boring game. In the first half, LAFC had 12 shots, 1 on target in the first half with an expected goal rate of 0.84. The Seattle Sounders had 3 shots, 1 on target with an expected goal rate of 0.66. I mean, this game was absolutely agonizing, if I'm being honest with you. It was horrible, okay? It was not fun at all to watch, but it's just more of the same thing, guys. I feel like I'm a broken record, I feel like I'm a broken record. I do think that the defense was the defense was good today for LAFC. It was much better than the Sounders, but it's just still the attack has got so many issues, and it's not being resolved because Marc Dos Santos is unqualified to be an MLS manager. He's unqualified to be a manager of any sort. He is not a good coach. His adjustments are bad. His tactics are bad. He doesn't know how to manage a game, okay? That is always going to be true, and I think that this win might have cost LAFC from firing him, which is going to be a huge mistake. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But absolute boring game. First half, lost shots from LAFC, hardly 1 on target, ends 0-0 after the half. Anybody's game. This is being played at BMO. They haven't won a home game since like April the 4th, okay? LAFC have not won a home game since April the 4th, almost 2 months ago, heading into this game, okay? So it's 0-0. Second half, no substitutions for LAFC, no adjustments. That's the Marc Dos Santos special. If something's not working, what do? You double down on it. That's just what he does, right? So second half starts, same lineup, and LAFC actually did have a couple good chances. Heung-min just looked very explosive today. I don't know if maybe he had a lingering injury or whatever. He's still been good this year. I don't care what anyone says. He's got 16 assists all season long. He has been a mass distributor this entire season. He has been good. But today he looked like he had his speed back, and you could just tell that he was more dangerous. But he still has no service whatsoever. Denis Bouanga gets double-teamed. He doesn't have any lanes to get open. David Martinez has a lot more room to kind of roam and do what he wants. And I think that's why he does look so good a lot of times in these games. But as far as the front three, Sonny, no service. Denis Bouanga, double team, no service. David Martinez, let him have his space. They let him do what he does. Sometimes he's a little rusty. Sometimes he makes mistakes. But seeing Sonny's pace, which if you're a South Korea fan, that's what you want to see heading into the World Cup, which is 3 weeks away. That's what you want to see. You want to see that ramp up in energy and stuff, because I think he's going to be very good for the team during the World Cup. But it just shows that there's just so many issues with this team. And I do want to point out that Tillman scored in the 86th minute. I don't care. I really don't, because Tillman is horrible. He's not a good player. He has been a disaster for this team all season. That was the first goal he scored in MLS this year. 15 games in, that's the first goal he scored this season. He's an absolute disaster. And honestly, I want to give a shout out to Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas, goalkeeper for the Sounders, was absolutely balling out today. He made several key saves in this game. If he hadn't, maybe LAFC would have scored another goal or two. Jordan Morris had a chance to, and don't even get me started on Jordan Morris. I just don't have the energy to do it. I don't have the energy to do it. I'm not going to go in on Jordan Morris today. I'm not doing it. He is what he is at this point. He had a golden opportunity. He can't do it. He's not a striker. He's not a striker. I'm going to say it for eternity. He is not a striker, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm not going to even touch that. But there were opportunities, okay? This was a horrible match. Like I said, it was very boring, stalemate compared to the Inter Miami game that had 10 goals. This was a snooze fest, right? But I do want to talk about some of the issues because they did win. But I want to talk more about some of the issues that are going forward with LAFC because it's the last video I do until the World Cup is over for this team. Congratulations to Seattle Sounders. They're definitely better than I thought they were going to be this year, by the way, real quick. Currently, they're 6th on the table, so very close to what I projected. But, hey, congratulations. Okay, so as far as LAFC, things are bleak right now, guys. The manager is not good. He's friends with the general manager who decides to keep him or get rid of him. Him winning today is going to give the general manager Hey, everyone, quick word from our sponsor, FanDuel. If you're into soccer like I am, you already know how exciting La Liga, the Premier League, and MLS matches can get. With FanDuel, you can make it even more fun by placing bets on your favorite teams and matches across all 3 leagues. Whether it's a Premier League showdown, a La Liga thriller, or an MLS game with your local club, FanDuel makes it easy and exciting to bet on what you watch. Just remember, you have to be 21 years or older to play. Please bet responsibly and only if you're of legal age and in a state where it's allowed. Download the FanDuel app or head over to FanDuel.com, sign up, and get in on the action. Thanks for supporting the channel through FanDuel. Authority to keep him, which is just absolutely ridiculous. He's going to say that, hey, we had a slump, but we're back now. We won 1-0. He's going to stand on a 1-0 result and say that is valid enough reason to keep him, which is just absolutely shameful, okay? But LAFC are going to keep Marc Dos Santos for the rest of the season and waste a golden opportunity to where you get to fire a manager and have 2 months to replace them because of the World Cup break, which never happens in any other circumstances. This is essentially like a preseason. This is like a first half of season, and then the next half of the season is going to start after the World Cup. You have the opportunity to fire their manager and hire someone else who can come in here and fix the attack, fix the tactics, get some better players in here, and help things maybe turn around before the second part of the season starts. But no, they're going to double down. They're going to keep Marc Dos Santos, who is unqualified to coach this team. They're going to make a couple additions. This might be David Martinez's last game for LAFC. He'll probably be sold this summer, I would assume. And it's just going to be the same old, same old. This team was in second place at one time, okay? Second place. Now they're in 5th place. And they played 15 matches. Now, the Sounders have only played 13 matches, but LAFC have played 15, and they're actually tied in points. But LAFC has the better goal difference, so that's why they got the lead. But when the Sounders play 2 more games, they'll pass them up. So this LAFC they're essentially in 6th place because they played. And there's a couple teams that played less games, like the Dynamo, could jump them too. LAFC, if there were 2 more games played, the Dynamo and Seattle, or they got caught up with the same games played as LAFC, they could be in 7th place right now. 7th place. So LAFC are in a bad spot. I'm not going to be gaslit into saying that they're doing well. They're not. They're not playing well this year. They are underachieving in 2026. And they have a chance to fire their horrible manager who is not living up to the expectations this team has. They can make a coaching change, get the right players in here, and actually have a chance at maybe winning some trophies in the second half of the season. But they're not going to do that because the general manager is good friends with the coach. and that loser is going to get another chance to coach the second half of this season. LAFC will win no trophies, and they are going to waste an entire season with Denis Bouanga, who's still has the capability of being a top 5 player in the league, Heung-min, who is obviously one of the best players in the league, and they're just wasting this golden opportunity, which is just a shame. It's just it's sad, honestly. It's just sad from someone who is not a fan of any team, but to see an opportunity wasted, right? It's like Inter Miami and Messi. Hopefully they hire a good manager too because of the opportunity with the team they have to win. You want to see teams maximize their opportunity no matter who it is, right? Or at least I do because I'm just cover the league in general. But LAFC could do better, but they are settling for what they have, which is an absolute shame. I would give this season so far, first half season, probably like a C-. And if you guys remember, some of the people who've watched me for a while, especially if you're a fan of LAFC and you've watched me cover the team, you'll see that I made that video in the offseason say this is the worst LAFC offseason they've had, and it's aging very well. I mean, the coaching hire, the signing's underwhelming. It's aging like fine wine. So it's just a shame. I mean, this was a very boring game. LAFC have been very boring this entire season. They're not fun to watch. They don't play good ball. The coaching is very bad, and I don't think they're maximizing their opportunities. So it's just a shame that this is the way it ends. I mean, I know that they won, but it's very underwhelming, and it just means that there's going to be more of this after the break. So I feel for you guys. It's a shame, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be surprised, but I think Marc Dos Santos just guaranteed he's going to keep his job. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Also, make sure if you guys haven't already, you like this video down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos.